Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki here from I Am the Auntie. It has been a minute since I have been on. Y'all, life be lifing, school be schooling, and I am trying to keep my head above the water. Today I thought I would share with you about 7 or 8 new fragrances I got into my collection at the end of 2023. And as I told you, how I do it on my channel is that I get an inflection of fragrances at the end of every year. I don't bring new fragrances every couple of months because that's just not how my life is set up. So we're gonna just do it as we get them. Okay, great. So if you want to see what I got, stay tuned, stick around. Share the video, like the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, just click the button. It's free and it helps my channel. Okay, thank you. So let's jump right ahead. Now, I bought a dupe of this fragrance before, and it's from the brand La Yaquam Jasmine Wisp. This is a fruity bomb, florals in the middle, slight woods in the base. This is fruity and juicy and absolutely beautiful. I love this fragrance. Now I heard that this is a dupe for the perfume I'm going to show you, but before I bought that particular perfume, I bought this one because the perfume that is duping is hella expensive. So before I pulled the trigger, I said, let me try a dupe to see if I like the DNA, and that will give me an idea as to if I want to spend the money on the real thing or not. So this is the dupe Jasmine Wisp. Now I love this perfume. This lasts the entire day. It is fruity with passion fruit. It has peach and pear and raspberry. It's beautiful. Now the dupe that I got, not the dupe, sorry, the original that I got is Kirke from Tiziana Terenzi. Now this fragrance has at the top passion fruit, peach, pear, raspberry, cassis, and sand. Yes, a sand note. I don't get the sand, but it's there. The middle note, lily of the valley, and in the base we have musk, sandalwood, vanilla, patchouli, and heliotrope. So this fragrance, guys, is fruity, juicy, a little bit tart. It's not sweet at all, but in the base you get a slight woodiness, and this also lasts me a very long time. And let me tell you something, in the heat, both of these fragrances, in the heat, it performs like nobody's business. When this hits your skin and your skin warms up, in the heat outside, it blooms and it just expands, and I love that about this. So this is Kirke from Tiziana Terenzi. The only difference I would say between the two of these is that Kirke is a little drier in the dry down. The woods come out a lot more. Whereas in Jasmine Wisp, Jasmine has a coconut note, I believe, that gives it a slight, a very, very slight creaminess, which, I almost said herba pura, which Kirke does not have. But the two of these are almost maybe 90% similar. So if I'm wearing Jasmine Wisp out and about, you would not be able to tell the difference between the two. If I put both of them on my arms and I sniff them side by side, then you can tell the difference. So Kirke by Tiziana Terenzi is a new acquisition into my fragrance collection, and I am very, very pleased to have her. The next one we have, this has been on my wish list forever. Can we just get into the bottle? Can we just, I don't want to blind you. This is opulent looking to me, honey. This is Lamar by Kajal. Now, as I said, I have a list that I have. As I see fragrances that I like, I just add them on. And this has been on my list for about 2 years. And I kept seeing it, not buying it, seeing it, not buying it. This year I said, you know what, let me just buy it. I got this in the Joma shop. They had either Black Friday sale or Christmas sale, one of the two, I can't remember. But I got this for about 40% off, I think, the original price. So I paid maybe about 120 something US for this. This is an amber floral fragrance. In the top note, we have pineapple, red berries, apple, cardamom, and coriander. So it's fruity as hell in the top. In the mid, we have Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, jasmine, and magnolia. So this is floral in the middle. And in the base, we have musk, vanilla, amber, cashmere wood, cedar, and moss. Now, the funny thing about this is in the beginning, you get, I don't really pick up a mango note per se, but I can tell in the beginning it's a fruity fragrance. When this dries down, this reminds me so much of Baccarat Rouge. And I didn't even realize that people compare the two. I had never seen that in any of the reviews, but when I wore this, in the evening time, when I sniffed myself, I was like, wait a minute, am I wearing Baccarat Rouge? Then I had to catch myself. I'm like, no, I'm wearing Kajal. But in the base, I don't know if it's the cedar and the moss with the slight sweetness from the rose gives me a vibe, not the same necessarily, but a vibe of Baccarat Rouge, that airy sweetness with that dry, mossy cedar note in the base. This is really, really good. I have to play with this some more. I can't really tell you about the longevity because I have not worn it for a full day out. I just wear it in the house, and I kind of like wear other things and forget about it, wash my hands, put on something else. You know how you do, the fragrance lovers out there, how we do. So this is Lamar Kajal, beautiful, fruity, dry, mossy, Baccarat Rouge-ish fragrance, Lamar Kajal. The next one I got, now this was not on my wish list, but honey, well, no, I'm lying. I am lying on myself. It was on my wish list because I saw Paulina Shar's video a couple of years ago talking about this is her best Kayali fragrance. And I love Paulina Shar's videos, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. It was on my wish list. I left it and I got a discovery set which contained oh gosh, the apple one, Elixir 11. And I said, oh, I like this, I'm gonna get this first. I never got the full bottle of Elixir 11, and I didn't get the original KI that I wanted. However, I don't know what hit me. I just saw it, I think it was in the Sephora sale, and I said, I'm gonna get it. Let me tell you, and this was a blind buy for me. But when I got this fragrance, I was like, why did I not get you sooner? This is Kayali's Invite Only Amber 23. This is an amber spicy fragrance. And the note, I don't want to blind you. The notes in this are the top notes: tobacco leaf, sour cherry, honey, chocolate, and hazelnut. In the mid, we have cinnamon, May rose, damask rose, and citrus leaf. And in the base has the kitchen sink. It has amber, oud, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, patchouli, cypriol oil, and musk. I don't know how to describe this fragrance other than Arabian princess. This is opulent. It's interesting. It is not your usual fragrance. It's not blind buy worthy in my opinion, because I feel like the tobacco leaf, the chocolate and the hazelnut, the oud may make it a fragrance that is not necessarily safe, but this is chef's kiss. Now, if you know anything about me from watching a couple of videos on my channel, you know one of my top notes are tobacco. And the lead note is tobacco. Child, I was sold. And when I smelled it, I was not disappointed. I'm gonna leave the video somewhere up in the eye in the sky about the top fragrances or the most interesting fragrance notes that I have. Tobacco is one of them. Tobacco, rum, anything with an alcohol note, tobacco note, I am there with bells on. And this, when I wear this, I feel sexy, I feel mysterious, I feel different, like not your usual scent. And this lasts on me, I would say about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. It could last a little bit longer, but I have no issue topping up this fragrance. This is Kayali's Invite Only, and I want to mix this with, I want to try mixing it with another favorite of mine, Venom of Love, and see how it does. I'm not sure, but somehow when I sniff this, I kind of feel like they can go together. So I'll try and I'll do an updated layering combination and get back to you with what I found. So yes, moving on, what else did I add in my collection? I saw this house, and again, I had this on my wish list. This is Goldfield & Banks's Desert Rosewood. Now, everybody talks about Sunset Hour from this, and that's on my wish list too. But I said, Desert Road sounds a little bit more interesting to me. Something about how the notes just caught me. Let me tell you what they are. Palisandro Rosewood. I have no idea, or had no idea what rosewood smells like. Benzoin, patchouli, vanilla, Sicilian mandarin, and cardamom. I'm getting to love cardamom in fragrances as well. So this was a blind buy. When I got this and I sprayed this on, it was an immediate love. And in a dry down, I said, wait a minute, this smells like something that I have. So when I got back, I tried not mixing it. I compared it to what I have, a dupe, the dapper dupe of Kilian's Woman in Gold. In the dry down, Desert Rosewood resembles Woman of Gold. I don't know if it is the Woman of Gold has a sweet citrus, almost like a sweet lime or sweet lemonade kind of vibe, the neroli orangey kind of vibe, but not a tart sweet. So in the dry down, maybe it's the Sicilian mandarin with the benzoin and the vanilla of Desert Rosewood kind of makes these similar. So I've mixed these before and it is absolutely gorgeous. This one is a little bit more girly and feminine and sweet, like a sweetheart type of fragrance, whereas Desert Rosewood is more dry, almost like dust, desert dust, heat, amber. It's almost fiery, it's a little bit spicy. So the two mixed together almost gives like a yin and yang, male female kind of vibe, and I love the two of these together. I absolutely love Desert Rosewood. I even put this on to go to bed because somehow the spiciness does not interfere with my sleep. It just gives a comforting vibe and a cozy, encompassing vibe, like you're lying on a hot earth underneath the stars. Yeah, it's not like bright sunlight where you're getting scorched, but it's like the heat of the evening that kind of goes into night. This is just weird. I don't know where I get these things from, but that's what I get with this. It is absolutely gorgeous. Is it a safe blind buy? I don't think so, because the woody note in this, the rosewood, is a bit different. It's not your usual rosewood, and I know some people may not necessarily like the spicy vibe. It's not too spicy. It's fine, and it's not a spicy like black pepper spicy. It's more the cardamom just gives that zing. If you know cardamom, you know the spice. You know the spicy feel that you get. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I got this. The next on my list, I'm probably gonna see if I can get the Sunset Hour, but for now, I'm quite happy with my Desert Rosewood from Goldfield and Banks. The next one I got. Now, as I said to you, and I'm gonna say it to everybody, if you are interested in trying fragrances, but the price point may be a little bit prohibitive, try a dupe first. At least if you get the dupe, you would know if the scent profile is something that you want to go ahead and spend the money and get. Now, I got this one. I'm going to butcher the name. Ishq al Shuyukh Gold from Latafa. I heard a gentleman, Mikey Loves Colognes, I think, on YouTube talking about this. Now, I got this because I was interested in getting Rosendo Mato number 5. 5? Yes. Because everybody on YouTube raves about that fragrance. Now, Mikey loves colognes, got this, and he said this is a dupe, a very close dupe of the Rosendo Matto fragrance. So I bought this off of Amazon for, I think, less than 40 US dollars, if I remember, to try. Now, this one is interesting. This one, I heard people on Fragrantica saying that it has a rubber note, a tire note, a burnt tire smell, mechanic shop, grease. And I was like, what? I don't get that, thankfully. So in the beginning, you have caramel and saffron, which gives you a sweet. And if you know saffron, saffron is a very airy, almost fiery scent to me. And some people say it gives leather as well. I don't, in the other saffron fragrances that I have, I don't ever get leather from it, but that's what people say. In the mid of this, you have suede, you have leather, tonka bean, and in the base, you have vanilla, amber, and musk. So in this initial stage, you get a blast of that saffron, that fiery, sweet airiness. You get a bit of caramel. It's not really that sweet in the beginning, but as it dries down, the leather comes out, and it kind of dries down into like a leathery vanilla scent. So it almost gives the impression of you're sitting in your car with leather seats, eating like a vanilla ice cream. I don't get many woods. I don't get much woods in the base of this. And that's it. It's interesting. It's a bit simple compared to what I thought it was going to smell like. So what I like to do with this, I love to layer with this. I actually layered Ishq al Shuyukh with Kirke accidentally. I was trying out fragrances and I kind of just had them on, and I was like, oh, what is that smell? What is that? And then I remembered I actually layered these two. So if you have Rosendo Matto, or you have this one, Ishq al Shuyukh, and you have Kirke, or you have Jasmine Whisk, or you have Herba Pura, layer them and tell me if you like the combination. I like the combination. I have to try it again intentionally this time to see if I liked it as much as the first. But this is beautiful. I like to wear this to bed as well. I've worn this out and it lasts the whole day on skin and even more on clothes. And I can tell you, when I came home, I took my jacket off because I sprayed it on my jacket. I rested my jacket, in a corner. And every time I came into the room, I kept smelling this warm, like vanilla ice cream, but with leather in it. A sweet caramel ice cream with a bit, like a bite. And I was like, what is that? And I realized it was this. And that was, how many hours had passed? Maybe over 12 hours had passed by then. And this was still projecting my whole room smell of this. So this is a good one to try. And if Rosendo Matto is anything like this, I will be getting Rosendo Matto. My sister's going to kill me. She said, why do you want to smell fragrances so long? Because I do. Now, the last fragrance I got, let me just say, was a not so big of a like for me. And that's one of the dangers with blind buying. You don't know what you're going to get. So I initially got, and if I show you this second fragrance, you're going to know what the fragrance is. I got Ambrosia Imperial because I follow my girl. She's my sister in my head, AI the Great, on YouTube. This was her first collab with Navitas Perfumes. Love, love, love. If you watch my last video, can't remember which one, I'll put it up somewhere. I love this. This is banana, rum, and it's beautiful. You hear rum? Beautiful. And it has a slight green note in it from the Divana that stops it from getting too sweet and gives it just it's just so good. I get so many compliments on this every single time I wear this fragrance. I kid you no lie. Now, she came up with a second collab and I was like, of course I have to get it. What do you mean? Amorous Intense. Her second collab with Navitas. Now, unfortunately for me, this is not as much of a love as Ambrosia. Now let me tell you the notes. The top notes: pear, apple, and almond. Ylang ylang in the middle, rum and coffee. So I was like, I have to like it. In the base, we have sugarcane, caramel, whipped cream, and cinnamon. Y'all, I get the pear if I hold it far from my hand, which you should do. You really shouldn't be sniffing fragrances, up like that. I get the pear, but there's something underneath the pear. There is something underneath this fragrance that, I don't know if it's the almond mix. I don't know what it is. There's something in it that is just throwing me all the way off. It kind of upsets my stomach just a little bit. When I went back and I smelled the first one, Ambrosia, I get it. I noticed it after smelling Amorous. I noticed it in Ambrosia, but just a bare hint, like nothing to shout about. So I don't know if it's the musk, I don't know if it's the almond, I don't know what it is, but there's something in here. I just can't, I keep trying to force myself to wear it because this was a pretty penny, but it just, So what I have to do with this, I have to mix this either with the same Ambrosia, or I've mixed it with something else, I don't remember. And it kind of cuts that, whatever that note is in there that sends me to the left. So unfortunately, this one is not a love. It is a like, and I'm trying to force it to be a love, but we will see after I play with it some more, do some more layering with other fragrances. We'll see. This, because of that note on me, I'm going to say it is not a safe blind buy, because I don't know if other people may pick up that weird note as well. Yeah. The last one I got, and I got a little 10 mil travel size of Angel Share from, is it upside down? I can't tell. Angel Share from Kirke. Now this is another one that I hear everybody raving about. So I said, let me buy a 10 mil in Sephora and see. And I've used a little bit. Now the top note, this is an amber vanilla. The top note is cognac. So I was like, duh. Cinnamon, tonka bean, and oak. In the mid, praline, vanilla, and sandalwood. Now this one, it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's not good. It's okay. It's okay. This is very boozy. It's sweet. The cinnamon gives it a nice sweetness, a nice heat to it. And that's it for me. That's literally it. I have by Parfums de Marly, Carlisle. I think Carlisle could kind of be in the same vein as, and I like Carlisle better. Carlisle better has more presence. It's a lot more beefy. It's a beefier fragrance. This to me is and it does not last on my skin. And I've heard some other people on YouTube say the same thing. And I'm like, dang, this is expensive, yo. This should be on my skin like 12 plus hours. It disappeared off of me in five hours or so. I know I'm not going nose blind to it. It literally faded. So, I mean, I'm gonna still use it. I'm going to see how I feel about it. But as of now, it's not calling me to get a full bottle. I appreciate the scent. But what I'm gonna do when I go back home, I'm going to compare this with the Parfums de Marly Carlisle and see how similar they are. In my head, I'm thinking they are, but you know, you put things side by side, they may come out to be very different. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fragrances that I acquired over the Christmas holiday that I will be using in rotation going forward. I will see if I can do some layering combinations. I will see if I feel any differently about them in a couple of months. But I just wanted to come on here and share with you what I got. And if you're interested in getting any of them, where I like to shop, jomashop.com. You can search on YouTube, and there are a couple of YouTubers that have coupon codes occasionally. Jomashop runs sales occasionally. You can get some of these also from soavantgarde.com. And again, you can search YouTube for YouTubers that have codes. Veronica Says, AI the Great, Spicy Looks, I think Denise Adore. Those are some that I follow that have discount codes for So Avant-Garde. So you can take advantage of those. You can get 20% off, 30% off, and get your whole life. So yes, thanks for hanging out with me. If you stay to the end, I appreciate you. Give my video a thumbs up, share it with somebody. And let me just say, in the heat, all of these perform well. I have no issues. They don't choke anybody out. They don't choke me out. They're fine. I know people say, oh, it's not good for hot weather, or only wear it in cold weather. Child, I'm in the tropics. Every day is a hot day. And I wear my fragrances and I am fine. And everybody else around me seems to be fine. So thank you guys. Have a good day. I am going to go and do some work. See right there, do some work. But I just thought I would hang out with my people for a little bit. I haven't been here for a while and I missed you guys. So yeah, thanks, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.